The United States of America has accused Sudanese paramilitary group of G0D, but they refuse to accuse the country that you don't name of G0D. We're going to find out why. In Nigeria, fellas, there's a man in Nigeria who's been condemned for 24 years in prison. Guess for what? For not believing in God. This is crazy. You gotta watch this. Something drastic is happening in Ghana. The brand new president of Ghana has received Burkina Faso's president, and Ghanaians have got crazy. You're gonna watch this. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. Very much appreciated. You know the show. We bash everybody. Nobody's paid. But today we're not bashing anybody. Okay? We're just telling the truth. Okay? Thank you very much for stopping by. My name is Zack. I don't know who you are. I'm very happy to have you today. Thank you very much. YouTube say that you guys watch videos, but you not subscribe. Why do you do that? You know I like you. You know, we like each other. Just click on the button, man. Let's make this bigger. Bigger than Joe Rogan. We can do this, you know. Okay? Is it done? Great. Awesome. And before you leave, please just let us know, where do you watch us from? From which country? We're going to be very appreciative. Don't forget to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so the United States of America has accused the Sudanese paramilitary rapid support force of committing G0D and have imposed sanctions to its leaders. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Tuesday said Mohammed Adam Dagalo, also known as Hamedit, was being punished for his role in systematic atrocities against Sudanese people during the 20-month conflict. He said the RSF and allied militias are responsible of murder of men, boys and infants, as well as brutal violence against women on ethnic groups. For context, in Sudan, there are two groups of people that are fighting for power. If you want to get more information about Sudan, I suggest you go watch some of our older video about Sudan. We're explaining exactly what's happening in Sudan. But just for you to understand, there are two groups of people. The previous president had two armies, the regular army and the private army. Now, after the president was ousted, the two armies are fighting each other on who's going to be leading the country. And one side of the army, especially the private army, is committing things that are really, really not nice. And America says, we are going to accuse you of G0D for unaliving innocent men, women, and elderly people. Now, does that make sense? Well, it makes sense. But the problem is, there is another country that's doing some things that are not necessarily nice. You know what country that is? It's a country that nobody names. If you name that country, your video is shadow banned. If you name that country, you may even lose your job. You know, your career is going to go south. I'm just being honest with you. But America doesn't want to condemn them of G0D. That's crazy, isn't it? That's very crazy. Now, another thing is South Africa wants to court accusing this country of G0D. Okay, South Africa was the only country that had the guts to accuse this country of G0D. This is one thing I like about South Africa. Okay, they're not afraid. They are not afraid. South Africans are not afraid. They are going to express themselves. They are going to speak out. They are not afraid. And the good thing about South Africans is because the democracy in South Africa is respected. You don't get taken out. You know, they don't just take you by force, by the police while people are screaming. You don't see that now. You know, you see that in some of the shithole countries. And I'm just being honest with you, okay? In South Africa, even though some people are shithole, the government and the laws are good, okay? So the policeman will not pick you up and put you in the truck and take you away. You won't see that. And some dude, because he's rich, will not just call the police and the cops to take you over just because he's rich. You don't see that in South Africa. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying people are not xenophobic. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. South Africa was the only country that came forward saying we are accusing this country of doing things that are very drastic. We will not tolerate this. And unfortunately, how many African countries supported South Africa? Zero. They were all scared. You know, scared. Now, South Africa did that because the Palestinians were friends. During apartheid, the Palestinians were friends with Nelson Mandela and with the ANC whilst they fought for their freedom. So, now the question is, if America can call these people for committing G0D, why are they not calling out the other people as well? Or it depends on the agenda. Anyway, let's move to Nigeria. Fellas, in Nigeria, something drastic is happening. Okay, so there is a guy A prominent Nigerian atheist has been freed after serving more than 4 years in prison for blasphemy. He is now living in a safe house as his legal team fear his life may be in danger. Did you hear that? An atheist was jailed for being an atheist. He was condemned at 24 years in prison. And people just found that was just crazy, okay? And they freed him after 4 years in prison. And now he's out in house arrest and he's scared for his life. His name is Mubarak Bara. He's 40 years old. Okay, but he's 40, but this guy looks 50 something. Whoa, dude, you need to do some... Okay, anyway, let's get back on track. He was convicted in a court in northern city of Kano. In a surprise move, he pleaded guilty to 18 charges relating to controversial Facebook posts in 2020. So the man was accused of saying things that mean he doesn't believe in God. And when he went to court, he pleaded guilty. Why did he plead guilty? He pleaded guilty because he thought by pleading guilty, it's going to make things easy for him. Well, he was wrong because they hit him with 24 years in prison because he doesn't believe in God. Bala was detained without charge, during which his location remained unknown, and he was denied contact with his lawyer or family for months. And while in prison, he was denied access to healthcare, kept in solitary confinement, compelled to worship following Islamic ways. Although a high court in Abuja ordered his release on bail, Nigerian authorities in Kano and Kaduna ignored the ruling. So, fellas, I'm not sure what's happened in Nigeria. There is a law in Nigeria called the blasphemy law, or something very similar to that. So, in other words, you have to believe in God. If you don't, whether it's Christianity or Islam, you cannot offend, or you should believe, or whatever that is. Is this the kind of thing you see in Nigeria, my brothers? I mean, shouldn't people just be allowed to believe what they want to believe? I mean, you make your own choice. It's like some people believe in Father Christmas, you know. Are you going to punish people because I don't believe in Father Christmas? I mean, I'm just saying, some of the things you believe in is just Father Christmas for adults. Yeah, I mean, what's the difference between a young boy that believes Father Christmas came, took his toothy, he broke a teeth and put money under his blanket, and some of you that, I mean, I'm just saying, that believe that you're going to be burning for... Anyway, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying... You have no proof. Okay, so nobody knows what's really going to happen. We can only believe. I'm a believer, yes, but we can only believe what you're told. But you can't put somebody in jail for 24 years and let him do 4 years in jail because he refused to believe. That sounds like Afghanistan. I'm just saying. Well, thank God this man is out. I don't know if he should say thank God or thank the government, or at least somebody with logics that believe this is absolutely insane to throw somebody in jail away from his family for 4 years because he refused to believe. I don't know about that. There's something good happening in Nigeria right now. They had a carnival in Nigeria. They were dancing, they were happy. You know, very similar to things that you see in the Caribbean. They do it in Nigeria. So, yeah, something good. All right, next thing in Ghana. Now we are in Ghana. So Ghana has voted a brand new president. I'm not sure whether you're aware of that. There's a brand new president in Ghana. And today he was receiving many of the leaders in Africa. And the president superstar of the event was not the president of Ghana, but was the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. Everybody clapped him hand and screamed and showing that something brand new is happening in Africa. Watch this. Ibrahim Traoré is inspiring the youth of Ghana and everybody else. And I'm fearing for him because jealousy and evil eyes. But I know he's prepared. He's got good people around him telling him, you know, you need to be very careful not to be poisoned on anything like that. That's what it is, fellas, for today. The United States of America has accused the Sudanese of committing genocide, but they won't do the same for the country that you don't name. I mean, I'm just saying. Number 2, in Nigeria, a man named Mubarak Bala was convicted for not believing and he was thrown in. You can go research. I'm not telling you, look, I don't talk nonsense here, okay? I'm not your friend and I don't talk nonsense. So go do your own research, okay? So you can find out before you make a comment, okay? Number 3, in Ghana, Burkina Faso was a superstar. Thank you very much, fellas. I'm wearing my Zanzibar shirt. Look at that. Can you see that? That is Zanzibar. But it's getting dark out here. God bless. See you tomorrow. And yeah, let me know where you watching us from. It's always a pleasure. Bless.